time to pick some orders. I am a full-time reseller, which means I basically sell secondhand stuff online, and this is my workshop down the bottom of the garden. Trusty metal shed. Really strong weekend. I sold 20 items for £651.67. That gives it an average sale price per sale of £32.58. Not a single new item at all. All these items are secondhand, pre-owned, vintage. My favourite. Let's go through each one now. Through the unit, pick them out. Let's see what's sold. We're starting off with 2 Depop orders. Depop's suddenly come to life again. Sometimes it goes quiet and then you get a couple of sales in quick succession. This is my new trainer section. This was in our front room. Instead of just selling it, I thought I'd make use of it. So this is now my trainer section, and it is basically almost full already. Actually makes it easier because I can see the back of each shoe. I'm looking for a Hugo Boss one, which I've just noticed is right here. And I can slide it out. I've got a new space ready for the next one. Nice. In fact, I've got the wrong ones. Let's try that again. They look very similar. But these are low top. I'm looking for high tops. Are they the ones? Yeah, these are the ones. Here we go. Right, these are the proper ones this time. Hugo Boss Orange. There we go. Again, probably from a boot sale. Probably cost me no more than £5, I believe. Yeah, Hugo Boss. Just like a trainer plimsoll. Bit like a Converse, but not. Size UK 9. On Depop, $39.99 plus postage. Nice strong price for just a canvas shoe there. Converse themselves, if I had a white Converse, these are probably worth like £15, £18, maybe 20 for a big men's size, but Hugo Boss version, 40 quid. Nicely done. Another £40 sale, another Depop sale as well. Got a jacket / coat. Here it is on top because I literally pictured and listed it last week. This is a Stormtech like canvas coat, really nice heavy thing. Got this from a charity shop, paid £8. It's gone for 40 on Depop, so we're not relying just on eBay all the time. Shame about vintage again. Might make a comeback, you never know. So that's £80 in sales from Depop. Now we're moving on to eBay. We're starting off with a North Face. Pictured and listed this last week. Here it is on top. Can't remember where I got this from though. I think this might have actually been from a wholesale box that I got way back at the start of the year, January, February time. Black fleece with like a pink nylon type finish, North Face. Zip up, so in that box I think each item owes me like £8-10 around that. It's gone for £24.99, so it took me an age to list it. 48 hours it's sold, and I've got a decent price for it. Back to the trainer lockers. Nike Zoom 2K. Should be easy again with my new system. Found them. It's 2 from the same one there. But yeah, they're the ones. £4 for a boot sale, listed in August, so took slightly longer than I'd like to really. My aim as always is top 3 months for it to sell. So first cycle, September, October, November. So there you go, bang on my top what I'd like to really. Took 3 months to sell, 3 cycles of 30 days. Yeah, owes me £4, gone for £26.99 plus postage. Another coat and jacket, that's why I was listing them when I did, because they are selling like hot cakes. That's the one. This is sold twice now. Sold it once, they returned it because it didn't fit again, which is fine. They pay for the return postage. These things happen. Sold again, $39.99 plus $2.99 postage. Chaps, Ralph Lauren. Just a navy sort of chore coat, nice like 90s Y2K thing. But both times it's sold within a week of listing it, so it's definitely popular. Just hopefully it stays sold this time. Oh yeah, owes me £10 from a charity shop. Listed in September originally. In fact, while we're on returns that sell twice, I've got another 2 returns that have sold, so I think it's 3 altogether. One's up here, and there's the other one. I don't know if there's any more. You would have seen these in my latest sort of day in a life video. Remember this barber coat? That got returned, didn't fit. Sold again, $49.99 plus postage. Listed in October, so sold in October, sold in November. Not very long at all, both times. Just again, hopefully it stays sold this time. And the Timberland boots. I think the first time, didn't I say I listed these in like February, and they took like last week or the week before to sell. There was a stone actually that annoyed a couple of you. Oh, there's a couple more. I'll leave them in there. It took like 8-9 months to sell the first time. And then second time it's taken like 2 or 3 days when I relisted them. £22 plus postage. They owe me £9 originally. I've lost postage the first time because obviously I sent them out and they've returned them. So they owe me more than £9 now. So just want them to stay sold. Hopefully they fit this time and people know the size of their feet and their body. I wanted to highlight these together as well, because if you do get returns and it's not broken or anything like that, faulty, then don't get too downhearted, because they will sell again, and this is proof of this. Obviously that coat took a week or 2 to sell again. These took a few days, and that took again a few days. I think I relisted these at the same day if I got them back at the same time. Sold within a day of each other. Yeah, even if you get returns, as long as it's not broken or faulty or lost, don't get too downhearted, because they sold once, so they should sell again. There was another return that sold again within a few days, but it's a more annoying return. Full of return sales, and you know there's another one. And we have this DVD VHS player, which when I originally bought it for, I think it was £40 I paid, maybe 50 tops. It was brand new and sealed, had never seen the light of day. That was its unique selling point. I think I sold it originally for like £220. The unit itself, but it's like when it's all used and that, it's probably worth 30, 40 just for the unit. With the remote, maybe a little bit more, maybe pushing towards 50. But this was sealed, got over 200 quid. They opened it, plugged it in, and because the date didn't go beyond something like 2019 or 2018 when I was trying to set it, they returned it. So they literally plugged it in, went to program it, and returned it to me. Ouch. Oh man, I was very upset. With eBay, if someone returns something that isn't as you sent it out, so this was brand new and sealed, they returned it and opened up most of the bags, I could do a partial refund. I think I'd done like a 40% refund, and then I think eBay refunded them the rest. So I kept a little bit and I had to sort of bag them up as best as I could. Luckily this was still sealed, the instructions were hardly touched, and the unit is all good. So they plugged it in, turned it on, sent it back again. So it's got its box, it's got everything else, but I couldn't sell it as brand new and sealed again. So I sold it as new other, turned it on to make sure it's working. I've lost out a bit, but I've kept 40% of that initial refund. So I've already kept £88. They obviously changed the condition that I sold it in, so £88 owes me £40.50, and I've sold it again for, bang on the nose, £100. And that includes postage of £6.99. This will go with UPS or DPD. I won't just whack a label on it. I will box this box because it is more for a collector, or it was when it was sealed. Obviously brand new unit still, just turned on once. The moral of this story is use eBay's partial refund offer. I think you have to be above standard or top rated seller to do it. If you're below standard, you don't get that option. It's a bit of an interesting story, but ended well in the end, as long as they keep it this time. And from one extreme to the other, so this sold for 100 quid, I've got a £4.99 sale, something that I've been doing a little bit more often. Usually don't bother with smaller items that sell for smaller profits, but when it's multiple quantity, then I have started doing it, especially when they're small as well. There you are. Literally, that's how much storage they're taking up, and there's multiple ones in here. So what is this I sold for £4.99? It is a pin badge. The symbol, the guy with the bong, that one, Rank Films. Bought a bag of about, I think it was about 20, 24 of like these, all the same, for about £5 I think it was at a boot sale. It was mental. It was a really good deal. Like I said, if it was just one off, like got it for like 50p, trying to sell it for a fiver, that's not really what I'm about. But I got like multiple ones of the exact same, brand new in their pouches. Bought them for about £5 altogether, and they're selling for £4.99 each. So you do the math, well I'll do the math, here you go. Say they all do sell for the £4.99 times 24, £120 roughly, before fees, on a tiny little thing. And you saw the little packet, takes up no space at all, and one listing as well. So yeah, they tick along nicely. Look at that, the size difference of it. Camera this time, not from a boot sale or a charity shop. This was actually from cash converters. I do love going into cash converters if I see one. At the moment, I seem to pick up one thing every time I go in at the moment. This is a Panasonic FZ8 Lumix digital camera. Started looking at digital cameras a little bit more. A couple of years ago or so, they weren't worth hardly anything if they weren't like proper modern. This is a slightly older model, I'm not sure of the year, but it's got a Leica lens. In a cash converters, where they're supposed to obviously buy stuff to make money on, they were only selling this complete set in the box for £10. That's all they were asking, so I was always having that. I don't even think I looked up at the time. I just took a punt, and yeah, come with all this charger, battery that works. Got the installation CD. There we go. For the software instructions. These bits haven't even been out. I think that's like a I don't know what that is. I don't know why I was pretending to know. This looks like it hasn't been out the packet either. So for £10 at cash converters, where they normally price on eBay and online prices, amazing, because I've sold it for £49.99 plus postage, 50 quid from £10 from a reselling type shop where I shouldn't really be picking up anything really. But there you go. That is why I enjoy going into cash converters, because they would have tested it as well, and I think it's like a 10-month guarantee as well. So if my buyer returns it because it suddenly develops a fault or anything, I can actually return it to cash converters if I really want to get my £10 back. But to be honest, with all these spare parts and that, the accessories are always worth money. Funny I should say that, because accessories, they sell for good money. They're usually small and light, and they can save you from losing out on money on a deal if things go a bit pear-shaped, which was the case with this one. I've got a Bose, just a simple remote control. That's literally all it is. This was part of a deal I got for £5 out of boot sale. It was for the Bose speaker system, which was faulty, so I'm selling that as it is. And then the power adapter sold on its own, and I also listed this on its own, and it sold £6.79 plus, I think I got even £2.99 shipping on this. I wasn't quite sure if this bit was too thick, but it might go large letter, so I make it a little bit more maybe if it does squeeze through. And then with this one, even accessories on their own, like in a charity shop or a boot sale, that you get a box of, like, you can rummage around in. This was in a house clearance shop literally round the corner to me. I pop in there now and then. They've got like a basket full of remote controls, £2 each. I just picked up 4 or 5, and the first one's gone, £9.99. It's for like a stereo system, like a micro stereo system, I believe. So people that have the stereo equipment, they might have lost this, or they've bought the stereo equipment and they need one. So yeah, £2 to £10. Obviously not amazing, but again, small, light, literally 2 or 3 pictures, 1, 2, and then I might take a picture of the battery compartment to show that it's nice and clean, and it's done. Back to the trainer lockers. Pair of Levi trainers. See them straight away with their blue colour. Oh, there we go. So yeah, nothing special here really. Pair of Levi trainers, obviously most known for their jeans, but they do make shoes as well. These went for £20 plus £2.99 postage. They owe me £5, so minimal profit. It was easy to list and picture. I've made like 10, 11, £12 maybe after fees and that. So yeah, when I'm listing shoes and trainers already, obviously I'm doing this full time, so every little helps. This was a cool item. This is vintage, but it's been unused for like over 20, 25 years. It's a bit like the VHS DVD player, but this has actually never been out of the box. This is it. Mouse. That's all it is. Just a computer mouse for like that's all it is, for like Windows 95, if that. Windows 3, 95, 98. Yeah, never been out of the box. Still brand new. Got this from a charity shop for £4, and it's gone for £29.99 plus £2.99 postage. Probably worth a bit more than that. I thought maybe 50, 60, but it's not really got a name to it like Apple. Still a really nice markup on a really cool item. Pair of Lokes now, nicely in their box. I got to a charity shop at the right place at the right time. Nicely in their box, squeeze through. So I got to a Bernardo's. I was just getting petrol and Asda, and I had to go in. I can't not go in this Bernardo's. It's one of my favourites at the moment. And walked in first thing, as soon as I opened, they had 3 boxes of quality shoes for £10 each. 2 pairs of Lokes and a pair of Churches as well. This is the second pair that I've sold. So obviously it owes me 10, and they have gone for £49.99 just on these pair. I think these are Loke Cromwells, I believe they're called. They're Cromwell, size 9, so really good size, really good condition, only lightly worn, and they've got their box as well, and they've got age to them, so quality stuff. And charity shops, right place, right time. Might have gone on there, got absolutely nothing, but this time the reselling gods are on my side, and I got 3 pairs of quality shoes that I should be selling for around, once they've all sold, right, £180. Lovely jubbly. Cheap and cheerful electronic item. We go JVC personal CD player, like a Walkman basically. Can't remember where I even got this from. Gone for £15 plus postage of £2.99. Tested and working. Yeah, just cheap and cheerful item. And again, easy to post. This is a really cool item. This is from my latest boot sale video. When I was supposed to be selling, went around buying first. Of course I did. Cool item. Here we go. Sony solid state TV. I believe 1970s. Yeah, it started raining. The joys of working from a metal shed in a garden. You know when it's raining. Got this, £12 I think it was I paid a couple of weeks ago. Hope if I could turn it on. There we go, look at that. I don't know what someone's going to use it for, but it works for whatever they need it for. Such a cool looking thing. Proper vintage, proper retro. Really good condition and obviously working. Bought for 12 and gone for £49.99 plus £6.99 postage. Obviously it's going to require a bigger, squarer box, so be with UPS or DPD, maybe parcel force. Yeah, just absolutely love that item. That is so cool. Obviously not a CRT TV, like just a bog standard 90s Y2K TV. This is proper old school. That's really cool. Probably going to a collector, no doubt. Wouldn't be a picking orders video without a fail, and this is today's fail. Film projector, Dual 8 Cinerex movie projector. Oh, went through a phase. It was probably like a year and a half ago. I was buying film projectors from boot sales, like costing no more than £5. So this is what this owes me. It doesn't work, so obviously had to sell it for spares, repairs, someone else to fix it. It's only gone for £15 plus £5.99 postage, so for the size it is, for the weight it is, not worth it at all. But if it was working, it would have been a nice like 45, 50 pounder. But there you go, you can't win them all, but it's gone, and I've got a lot more space on my shelf. Nice jacket. Took a bit of a punt on this one at a charity shop. I had to pay $14.99, but it was well worth it. It is really nice item. It's like a sports jacket, blazer. Look at that, really nice colour, like tweedy check colour, and it's sold for $55.99 plus postage. Cost me $15 or $14.99. It's only made by John Lewis. That's what it is, $55.99. But why would just a pure wool John Lewis tailored fit blazer sell for $55.99? Obviously still a nice item, but not like a sort of name that would fetch that high price, especially second hand. But it's because if you look on this side, this is what sold it. Moon Fabric. Moon is a company that made this fabric here. Obviously John Lewis is the one that sold it, but the fabric is made by Moon of England. People pay good money for this Moon fabric, as you can see from this jacket. So if you're looking through the blazers at a charity shop, looking through the tags, just seeing the names, always double check, especially if it's like a tweed type material, see if it has got Moon fabric, because that will double the price. This probably, if it wasn't that, would be literally £20-25, but I've got $55.99. Good size, yeah, no smells or anything, no damp smell, charity shop old smell, you know, that, you know, the granny charity shop smell, we all know that. But none of that, just a really nice quality item, and sold quick as well. Listed in October, sold within its first cycle. And that is what £650 worth of sales look like. You want to see what £1,000 worth looks like, watch this video here. Subscribe if not already, click this button here. See ya.